This is the Sony ZV E10 Mark II. It is a mirrorless camera with the same sensor as the FX30, but at half the price. It can get really nice image quality. Sony gave the 4K 120 FPS option through software updates, and it can create some really nice photos and videos. So should you get the ZV E10 Mark II today? When we take a look at the build quality, you can see that this is the reason why the camera is a lot cheaper, because it is completely made out of plastic. That isn't a bad thing, it feels completely fine, but it's not feeling like a high-end camera, even though it does have a high price. But for me, that is not an issue, so it might not feel very rugged, but the plastic is still completely fine. And when you take a look at the value of the ZV E10 Mark II, it is still very nice. And that is because it has a large sensor that can capture 4K at 120 FPS. And it has a lot of nice features over the older generation. So the first thing is obviously the resolutions and frame rates, because now it can shoot in 10-bit instead of 8-bit, and also compared to the older generation it has a much larger battery. This was definitely one of the biggest issues I had with the original ZV E10, is that the battery life is just not that great. It also comes included with this windscreen that you can attach on top of the camera, and I really like this feature. It means that when there is a lot of wind, you can still get good audio. And while the old one also came with a windscreen, the new one does have a new feature with the audio, and that is that you can choose between the microphones. So you can select the front or rear microphone, and obviously this internal microphone won't be as good as a shotgun microphone. However, the audio quality can still sound more than good enough for most things. It has all these buttons on the right side, and what I really like is that the menu button is also there, so you can change all the settings completely on the right side with one hand. But one thing to keep in mind is that there is no way to switch between aperture priority, fully manual mode or shutter priority while you are recording. But one great feature that this one has that the older one also didn't have is that you can now change white balance during recording. This was so annoying on the previous model. You had no ability to change the white balance once you were filming. But with this one, that isn't an issue anymore. Okay, so here's a quick video test using the Sony ZV E10 Mark II. I'm using the kit lens, 16-50mm version 2, which looks almost identical to the version 1, except the build quality is a bit different. And I'm using the standard stabilization, because when you use active, there's a big crop. I'm holding it at arm's length, and it is f3.5 1/100th of a second. Shutter speed and the internal microphone. So the internal microphone sounds actually pretty good. So as you can hear, the video quality looks nice, the audio quality also sounds great. It's already starting to get a little bit dark here, so it's not fully bright outside. And I'm shooting in 1080p. So when you switch to 4K, the image will be a lot sharper. The 1080p is kind of soft on the ZV E10 Mark II, also on the first generation. But other than that, the colors look nice, you have a good looking image, and the autofocus is also really fast. But what do you think of the video quality? Let me know in the comments down below. Compared to the more professional options, it only has one SD card slot, it doesn't have a full HDMI port, there are less customizable buttons, and it doesn't have in-body image stabilization. But a lot of those things aren't really necessary for a lot of people. One thing to keep in mind though is that when you're using active stabilization, there is a very large crop, so keep that in mind when you're using it with different lenses. But the actual video quality of the ZV E10 Mark II is very nice. You can see it has great colors and it looks very cinematic without even needing to change to a different picture profile. The 4K video quality is downsampled from 6K, which means that it is amazingly well detailed. And it just looks great. But one thing to keep in mind is when you are shooting in Full HD, the videos are not oversampled from 6K. And the Full HD videos of the ZV E10 Mark II are really disappointing actually. They just don't look detailed at all. And they are not that great. So if you're getting this camera, you definitely want to shoot in 4K, because the Full HD videos are just not that great. Luckily the 4K can go up to 60 FPS or 120 FPS with a software update and a 1.5 times crop. And when we take a look at the low light performance of the ZV E10 Mark II, you can also see that it works pretty good. Obviously with the kit lens you only have an f3.5 aperture, but that is the nice thing about these cameras, is that you have interchangeable lenses. So if you want to, you can put an f1.4 lens on here and then it will have much better low light performance. And what's also nice is this flip screen, so you can easily see yourself while vlogging, and you can just turn on the camera, hit record and get a good image out of this camera. And because of the large sensor, you are able to get a nice background blur, and the dynamic range is also great of this camera. So you are able to see a lot in the highlights, but also the shadows, and you also have a lot of customization in the color profile settings. So you can change the contrast, saturation, but you can also choose something like S-Cinetone, S-Log3, so you have a lot of customization over how you want the image to look. And the autofocus of this camera is really good. It almost always works, and you can just put something in front of it and it will automatically recognize a subject and put it into focus. The kit lens of this camera is okay, but nothing amazing. It's great to start with, but if you want to get more out of this camera, it's definitely nice to get some different lenses. But what is nice about the kit lens is that it has a nice zoom range. The 60mm gives a wide field of view. You can get a little bit of a background blur because of the f3.5 aperture. You have built-in stabilization. So overall, it's a pretty decent lens. But it won't be amazing because you will have, for example, the zoom noise in the recordings. And the image, for example, won't have an extremely blurry background. So should you get the Sony ZV E10 II today? Well, if you have the money to spend, then yes, this can be a very nice camera. There are a few things to keep in mind though, and that is that the stabilization has a massive crop. It doesn't have all the professional features like the dual SD card slots. And also, while the 4K image quality is amazing, the 1080p image quality is just a bit disappointing. But other than that, this is a very nice camera. But what do you think of the Sony ZV E10 II? Let me know in the comments down below. And thank you so much for watching.